Hey guys, this is Wale from Impulse Labs. I'm here today doing a little Q&A following up on the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments and questions that we got on the demo video. So I've tried to take the most common questions and I'm gonna try to respond to them and answer them for you today. First question, how long does the battery actually last over the life of the product? That's a great question. We get it a ton. The Impulse cooktop uses a lithium iron phosphate battery. That chemistry is a bit different from what you have in your laptop or your smartphone. And we chose it for a couple reasons. One, it is a much more stable, long-lasting battery design. This battery is rated for 80% capacity over 10 years. Two, it operates at lower temperatures and it's much more stable chemistry. So it's not going to heat up your kitchen and it's going to be, safe to be used in an installed appliance. Second question, how long can I cook on just the battery? So that obviously depends on what you're cooking. Typically meals that I cook at home for 4 people, I'm using 20 to 25% of the battery per meal. What you're actually cooking matters a lot. It takes a ton of energy for a brief period of time to bring a pot of water to boil. If you're putting 10 kilowatts in a pot of water, it's going to take you between 30 and 200 seconds, depending on the volume of water, to get that up to a boil. But once you're maintaining the simmer, it's only going to take you 800 watts or maybe a kilowatt to maintain that boil over time. Same thing goes when you're preheating a pan. It might take 1, 2, 3 kilowatts to preheat that pan to 300, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, equivalent to medium or high. But it's only going to take maybe 300 watts to maintain that temperature once it's there. So what does that mean in practice when you're actually cooking? It means that if you're cooking on just battery alone, your stove is not actively charging. Maybe you've set it to scheduled to charge at nighttime when energy is cheaper. Maybe you're using 20, 25% for say pasta and, chicken or something like that. If your stove is plugged in and is actively charging, you might actually end your cooking session with a higher state of charge than you began with, because in that example I gave of holding a pot of water at a simmer and maybe pan frying some chicken breasts, that might be pulling 1.3 kilowatts, holding the simmer at 1 kilowatt, holding the pan at medium high at 300 watts. If you're on 120 volt, you're charging at 1.5 kilowatts. So you're actually gaining state of charge during that cooking session.